So this is a quick video on how you prepare a car for storage. The first thing you do is you store it with ethanol-free gasoline, which is available here. Then you add an appropriate amount of your favorite stabilizer. I use Stable because I've used it a long time. And obviously you get the car driven down to less than a quarter of a tank because it doesn't do any good to put old fuel in with new fuel. So I put in about 10 gallons of the alcohol-free fuel because, as you may or may not know, alcohol does terrible things to cars in storage. It's well known to rot carburetors, ruin fuel lines, destroy fuel tanks. Now, it's okay to use initially, but it's definitely very toxic. It's toxic because ethanol loves water. They like each other, so they combine, and then you get this corrosive mixture inside your gas tank and your fuel system. So 6 months later, when you pull the car out of storage, you suddenly have a corroded fuel system, which, trust me, makes for a very expensive experience figuring it out. The other things you get done is oil and filter, coolant, make sure it's fresh, bleed the brakes. This car has had that done. And then the final one is it's going to have to be washed because you want to put the car away clean. You don't want all the grit and grime sitting on the car for a long time because it just eats into it over 6 months while in storage. And my cars, since they're in shipping containers, will actually get covered with painter's drop cloth, a little thin plastic layer, so that if there's anything that even remotely wants to drop on the horizontal surfaces of the paint, it's good. A lot of people will hyperinflate the tires. I haven't done it. I'm sure it's a preferred way of doing it, giving an extra 10, 15 pounds PSI in the tires so they don't flat spot as badly. Make sure everything's clean. I don't put dryer towels or mothballs in the car because, one, I don't think they work, and two, mine are stored in shipping containers, which don't allow vermin, animals, etc. to get in. So, and that's about it. Clean fluids, make sure the brake fluid is done, make sure the coolant's up to date, the battery's been fully charged, disconnect it once you put it in storage if your car can tolerate having a disconnected battery. Check the battery during the winter, make sure it doesn't go flat. Batteries cost about $200 a pop on average, and it's a pain in the butt. You want to make sure the whole car is clean so there's nothing that will corrode the car while it's in storage. And that way, when you pop it out in the next spring, it'll just fire right up and be so happy, and it will be fully serviced. So you don't have to say, oh, I forgot to change the oil last year, or I forgot to do the coolant, or I forgot to do the brakes. It's all ready to go. Pull it out, check everything, tire pressures, oil, put it on a lift, make sure that everything's good, and then go and drive it for the spring, summer, and fall. Hope you enjoy this. Talk to you later.